And abandoned mine land remains a safety and environmental concern in communities across Alabama. Tonight, the I-Team's Valerie Bell, she takes a look at how federal dollars are being used to reclaim those sites and what's being built in its place.
20 miles from downtown Birmingham, traveling north on I-65, chances are you've seen it. That red-roofed barn just off exit 280 at Hallmark Farms. Soon, it'll be home to the future Alabama Farm Center.
Our vision for the Alabama Farm Center is to have a world-class event center where kids can show livestock. We can have other, farm and land, home and garden, RV shows, boat shows, anything else that we can attract to this area to see what really Alabama agriculture is all about.
If everything stays on schedule, dirt could start moving this summer, with construction wrapping up in about 2 years. However, the roughly 500-acre site partially sits on land tied to Alabama's coal mining past.
I spent a day up here with the Alabama Mines Division. We were able to locate several open mines here and some air draft pits that are here, some coke ovens that are still existent on the backside of the property.
Now an $11 million federal grant is helping shape that past into something safer and productive. The money comes from the Abandoned Mine Land Economic Revitalization Program, or AMLR, designed to clean up dangerous mine sites while creating new economic opportunities.
In the case of Hallmark Farms, that's a great benefit because of the training centers and the development centers and retail and tourist centers or anything that can be developed with that property. So that brings in jobs, that brings in opportunities, it brings in auxiliary companies that can support themselves off of the new tourism in the area.
The long-term impact of the farm center? An estimated $2.2 billion in economic activity over 20 years and up to 850 jobs.
We look to use that grant to rectify the mines that are here to make those safe and so that people that come to the property won't be in harm's way. But also the grant allows us to use it for economic development.
Why is it so important to reclaim mine land?
There are so many unknown mines laying around Alabama, especially north of Birmingham. And you just don't want to have the public on your property and find something that's hazardous after the fact.
Alabama was one of 6 Appalachian states selected for AMLR funding in 2024, targeting high-priority mine sites tied to economic redevelopment. And it's not the first time the program has been used locally.
This is an ongoing project that we have here in the state of Alabama. As you know, this is an old coal country, so we have hundreds, possibly thousands of old coal mines that were unregulated decades ago.
One example of how reclaiming mine land can open the door to safer communities and new growth is a project in Vestavia Hills at the Sickard Hollow Sports Complex.
Here was actually, if you could imagine, this first row of pine trees. Beyond that, a sheer drop-off where this area was pretty much just surface mined and stripped. So you could imagine the dangers that could hold with it being ball fields just a few feet away. So that was taken from an environmental hazard as well as a safety hazard and turned into something where families can come, enjoy and play and enjoy themselves.
In Hoover, 2 projects also using AMLR funding to tackle mine-related hazards while driving development. One is Broad Metro's Stadium Trace Village Phase 2 project, reclaiming more than 120 acres of former mine land to make way for a medical facility, hotel space, retail, and green areas. This mixed-use development is expected to create over 300 temporary construction jobs and 200 permanent positions.
Really kudos to those developers that reached out to get the funds. And again, you look at those abandoned mines. If these companies don't go in and spend the money to rehab them, you're just stuck with those old abandoned mines, which obviously have environmental problems.
The other is Signature Homes I-459 Exit 9 Parkway Extension. The project is set to improve traffic flow and open access for future residential and commercial growth in Western Hoover, all while supporting 1,000 construction jobs and nearly 600 permanent jobs.
We're tickled to death. I mean, I think the city, we're kind of reaping the benefits of both of these projects, and we're really looking forward to them coming to fruition down the road.
From land once shaped by coal mining to spaces built for families, farmers, and future growth, leaders say reclaiming these sites is about turning Alabama's past into opportunity.
Being able to reclaim this land is really just a win on all sides.
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 I-Team.